Hi there, welcome back. So now let's discuss how to add an image to a web page. All right, so there's a special tag that allows us to do that. It's called an image tag, an IMG tag. But the tag itself, it's not going to add an image to your page, of course, because the browser doesn't know which image to add. So we need to specify the path to the image, and in order to do that, we use a special entry, which looks like the following. src source equals, and then in quotes, we're going to write the path to where the image is stored. So src stands for source, as I already said. And if you recall our lesson on paragraphs, specifically when we were talking about text alignment for paragraphs, we had an entry where it said align equals center, for example. And we said that align is the attribute name and center is the attribute value. So in our situation here, it's kind of the same thing. So in other words, src is the attribute name, and then in quotes, we're going to write the attribute value. That is the place where the image is stored. Okay, so let's take a look at how this works in practice. Let's add our picture right here before the paragraph right here, and we're going to write img, then add a space before the closing angle bracket, src, the equal sign, and then the quotes. So what is the path that we're going to write? Well, let's go back to the Wikipedia page from where we took our text, the page about Lemonade, I mean. All right, so now let's click on this image so it opens up. But how do we copy the path to it and add it to the page? Well, if you're using Chrome, you can just right-click the image and select Copy Image Address. And that's it, the URL has been copied, okay? So let's add it in our quotes. And as you can see, the address is added. And the .jpeg extension, it tells us that this is indeed a path to an image file. So JPEG is one of many image extensions, all right? There's a lot of other ones. So let's save it and refresh the page. And as you can see, the picture was successfully added. All right, so let's imagine that we had to write the URL for the image manually. So it's likely that we could make a few mistakes in the address. So say, for example, we failed to add these last four symbols. Well, let's save it and see what happens. Well, in this case, instead of our image, we get this little pictograph, right? Which means that the image couldn't be found. And it doesn't look that great, right? So it would be nice to have at least some kind of description like lemonade with straws so that we would at least have an idea of what kind of image was supposed to be there. So then it would be clear that there's no picture, but that this is supposed to be a picture of lemonade with straws. All right, so that way the person looking at the page is better informed. So for something like that, there's a special entry in HTML that goes as the following. Alt, then the equal sign, and then in quotes, we're going to write the text that we want to be displayed if the URL cannot be found. So alt stands for alternative and is the attribute name. Then the text that we write in the quotes, that's going to be the attribute value in our case. All right, so let's see how it works. To add another attribute in the same tag, you don't need to do anything special. You just add a space after the closing quotes and write the second attribute. Alt equals, and let's say we're going to write lemonade. Let's save and refresh our page. And as you can see, the pictogram is still there, but now we also have our description. So if someone visits your site, they're going to at least know what they were supposed to see here. Awesome. So we've learned how to add an image from an external website. And now let's learn how to save an image to your computer and then add it to your page. Okay, so first of all, let's save this image. And for that, we're just going to right-click this image and select Save Image As. And let's find our website folder and create a separate folder for our image. And it's common practice to create a separate folder for your images. This is usually done so that the images don't get mixed up with the other HTML files. All right, so let's name the folder image. We're going to open it, and let's simply name our image lemonade. We're going to copy the name right now, and we can just paste it later. And now in the src attribute, what are we going to write right here? Well, let's go to our folder. And next to our HTML file, we have the image folder that we just created. And when you open it, we see the image that we saved in it, okay? So we need to write the address of this image that's in this image folder, okay? So we're gonna write the following: image, and then to open the folder, you add a slash, and then we just need the name of the image, which is lemonade.jpg. So let's save it and see if this works. And as you can see, the picture is added to the page the same way it was added from an external website. But please note that you can only save those images that are not copyrighted. In other words, those that you are allowed to save. All right, so everything's good, but there's one more small detail. On the Wikipedia page, the picture didn't take up too much space and it fit nicely on the page. But in our page, it's full size, okay? So in the next video, I'm gonna show you how to decrease the size of an image. Okay, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.